So we will move pretty quickly through things, but don't worry, we'll share all the slides afterwards. If you feel like you missed something, couldn't capture the notes, we'll share the video as well. We're recording all of this. So don't panic if you missed something that you wanted to capture. For those of you who may be new, I'm Dave Velkamp with Remax Grand Rapids and $20 million referrals. Excited to have you here. If you haven't been to the site, you can go to elevateoi.com. That's short for Elevate Our Industry, and you can become a member there. It's free. You can download all of these materials, get access to our membership site, and be able to participate in $20 million referrals. So let's go ahead and get started, and we'll let people in as we go. We got some great material this month, and I'm excited to share it with you. I wanted to just start off with a quick statistic, two statistics actually. So 65%, you're 65% more likely to hit your goals if you're doing it, whatever the activity is, if you're working through this program or another program, if you're doing it with another person. You're 95% more likely to hit your goals if you have regular ongoing meetings together with that person. And so you're doing that monthly with me, but maybe there's somebody else that you feel could benefit from this system as well. So, invite a friend. Who do you know? Who's somebody that's in your office that you think you would enjoy doing this with, and that you could both benefit from, because the statistics are there, and it shows over and over again, doing this with somebody else at your side is going to help you reach those goals that you set for yourself. So keep that in mind. All right, let's roll into our March activities. So here you can see our three basic categories, our calls, our reasons to connect, our emails and texts, our mail and postcards. Now, don't forget as well, quarterly, there's client events and client pop-by gift options. So March, which we're planning for right now, even though we're in February, will be, the last month of the quarter. So make sure you kind of have everything in order with your events and your pop-by gifts if you're doing something in the first quarter. Now is a great time to go ahead and do that and make sure you're all set. Want you to notice something else new on here. So the reasons to call, we've now added a voicemail section on there. And so you'll see on your site later today, some things start to pop up where there's more and more voicemail dialogues in there, so that if you choose to leverage that, you can. And so consider that when you're going through your month and selecting your activities, what might make a good voicemail message, especially if maybe you're a little short on time for things, but still want to make that connection. So great example of that. So if we take a look at your sold in your neighborhood dialogue here, now, why is this so important? Obviously, homeowners, they want to know what's going on in their neighborhood, what's happening around them in real estate, and you want to be the one providing that information. You don't want them to have to go and seek it out. You want the conversation to be something like this with the neighbors, where they say, hey, did you see that, so-and-so's house went up for sale, or that it sold? And then you have all the information, and you're like, yeah, it sold for this. I saw it the other day. And they go, well, where'd you get all that? Well, my real estate agent sends that to me all the time. Those are the conversations you want to happen, right, between neighbors, so that your name gets spread around. You can see here we've added a voicemail message section. And if we take a closer look at this, all this voicemail is doing is letting them know that, hey, there's a few homes that sold recently. And it's important to know that, because every sale can affect their home, or every listing could affect the value of their home. Give them a few street names of the homes that they sold on, and then let them know that you're sending them an email with the details. This kind of gives them the heads up, because you know what? If you send them all sorts of things and they don't see it, you don't get any credit for it. It doesn't build any of that connection that we're looking for. So we always like to end with something about, as always, we're passionate about being your go-to expert for any real estate questions or referrals. Just continuously dropping that hint, right? Now, there's multiple ways that you can do this. At our firm here, we use KV Core. And so if you're going to do a mass voicemail drop, you can record that and plug that into the system. Check a box for your top fans and have it go out to all of them. You can also choose to personalize it. You're just going to change your dialogue a little bit around that. But a great way to be able to make a connection quickly if you need to leverage those voicemails, especially for those that maybe the phone isn't their favorite thing. It's still a good way to make that connection. Now, if you want to take that to the next level and you're brave, uh, dial it up a little bit and take those voicemail dialogues and put them in a video text. Studies have shown you get 4 times the amount of attention from something that comes across in a video text. So this is a great way to really take it to the next level and really encourage you to give it a try. Maybe you don't do it to everybody at first. You just try it out a little bit, see what type of reaction you're going to get. And so some real tips around this. When you do those mass voicemail drops, like I said, we use KV Core. That's what our firm provides, but you could use Slide Dial, or there's many other systems out there, really inexpensive to do. That will save you some time, but it will be less personal. So obviously a personalized voicemail where you're mentioning their name first and then who you are and so on from there, or that video text message is going to build a better connection. But we realize too that the ebbs and flows of the market, sometimes you have more time to do the marketing than others. And so maybe you consider alternating from the mass to the personalized voicemail message or text messages month to month. That way, the clients are still going to feel that strong connection. They're probably not even going to remember that last month you didn't say their name at the beginning, but this month you did, right? So that might be a great way to save time moving forward each and every month when you're making those connections. All right, we're cruising along. Again, I promise you a short meeting so that you can get back to your busy day. And we will have time for questions. I'll keep an eye on the chat as well. So, and actually, this is a good point where you can put some things in the chat, or you can just let me know. So how many of you, when you have a buyer search set up, the buyer goes, they find their house, they close on it, just in the chat, let me know, what do you do with their buyer search? Do all of you end it? Do you keep it going? What's the standard on that? And I'll wait and see if I get some chat answers from a few people here. All right, I got end it. I will end it. I will end it unless it's an investor. I keep it going until they ask to end it. So there's a few different answers there. You guys can go ahead and keep on. I set it and forget it. That's good too. All right, so here's a thought on this. And this, again, builds off of that sold in your neighborhood idea. And maybe it puts a little automation to it for you. But again, we're leveraging that client curiosity. And so I'm really zoomed in on a neighborhood here. Let's say this is where the house is. They found it, they bought it, they've moved in. I got another chat here. I typically deactivate it once they're under contract. And so I hear that a lot, and I think that's great. But one thing that you could do is just consider a very hyper local, what I would like to call a neighborhood watch search. And you can go ahead and let your client know that, hey, I know you're probably always curious if your neighbor's house comes up for sale, or if what's sold in your neighborhood. We do a really quick hyperlocal neighborhood watch search. We just want to put you on it so that you're always up to speed on what's happening in your neighborhood. You'll be the first one with the information. So it would be a way for you to continuously be in their inbox with information that they're already kind of curious about, and they want to know when they drive past that sign on their way to work, what's going on with that house. Well, you've already updated on it. So a great way to kind of do that, know your neighborhood or what's sold in your neighborhood, and take it to a more automated level. You can do the same thing too if you expand to a broader area. Who doesn't like to look at expensive homes? We have a dialogue in there for the 5 most expensive homes sold in the last quarter, which is a great one. People love to open those emails and take a look at them. Another way you could spin it and provide some more automation is, And it's for maybe a select few, but it's a just for fun look. You know they're really dreaming about or they love a certain type of home. Create a fun search for that for them, so they get to see those whenever they pop up. They're not digging through Zillow for them; they're getting them from you. Or a luxury looks search. Name it whatever you want. It's $2 million plus or whatever in a much larger area. And it's just a great way to provide them things that they're going to have fun with looking at. And again, it's feeding them real estate, it's getting them links back to your site and driving a lot of traffic. So just a spin on the sold in your neighborhood idea and automating it a little bit more. So I'd love for some of you to set that up, see how it goes, see what kind of interactions that you get from your clients. I'm Dave Velkamp with $20 million referrals in Remax GR. I hope you enjoyed the video that you just watched. If you feel like you've received any value from the information we share on a regular basis, all we ask is that you please keep our firm in mind if you come across agents or individuals who are looking for something new or different. We might be a good fit for them. Your referrals would mean the world to us. They can get in touch with us through the links in the description. Thank you so much. All right, moving quickly along. We released our 2024 renovation cost estimates and actually return on investment guides. Most of you should have gotten that. If you haven't gotten it already and you would like a copy, let me know. I'm happy to provide it to you. We pull this information from multiple sources. NAR is also a fantastic source to get this data. And it's a huge resource for your clients when they are thinking about doing different things around their house. So here's some pro tips for you. Again, just like we talked about before, let them know that this is coming. Call, voicemail, text message, tell them to keep an eye out for it and however you're going to deliver it. Because again, if you go through all the work of trying to provide it, make sure that they see it, right? Otherwise, again, you get no credit, you get no connection. There's no impact if they don't see it. If you're going to mail it, and this is from last month, or maybe even a couple of months ago, what kind of envelope is it going to go in? Does anybody remember? You can put it in the chat, see if other people pick up on it. I'll tell you at the end of this slide if they don't put it in there. Lindsay's got it. Put it in a colored envelope. Make it stand out. And that way, too, when you give them that voicemail or that call, you can let them know, hey, keep an eye out for it. It's going to be in a bright red envelope. Because you know what comes in white envelopes? Bills. And nobody wants to open those bills. So stand out, be different, and it's not going to cost you much of anything extra. Use this for your active clients, too. You never know when they may be looking at homes and they're thinking about, oh, I love this one, but I'm probably gonna have to renovate this portion of it. This is a great tool for that. Or, hey, what should I be doing? I'm thinking about this before I sell. There might be some resource here in terms of how much money they might get back for that. Okay, now the 2 touches in 10 minutes. Now this is, again, that huge time saver that we would love to provide for you guys. And this is how we've set it up in our firm. And I'll show you. So again, we leverage KV Core. So we have taken the renovation cost estimate and provided both the voicemail dialogue and the email right into our templates for everyone to access. So it's really easy. Open up the voicemail, click your top fans, send voice, or record the voicemail of you reading the dialogue, click send, and it's going to go out to everybody. That's going to let them know to keep an eye out for it, right? Then you come back in here, you grab the template, which is already mail merged with the first names of all those clients who are in your top fans, and our staff has already gone and uploaded the report. You can do the same thing so that you're all ready for this next year on whatever CRM you use. But this way, it's just super easy. Boom, in less than 10 minutes. I've had my touch go out from my voicemail, and I've scheduled my follow-up email that's providing the information I told the client about. Now, another thing that you'll notice is on some of these new items, we've put a plus sign after them. And those are the items that will work really well in as templates within your CRM. So if you take a look at really your one-page planner. All those items in the first 2 rows are great things that can be uploaded into your CRM. Again, we've done that at our firm for KV Core and are working through the process of getting all of those things in there. So again, it's really easy to grab it and go. You can do the same maybe with ones as you use them, so they're there for you next year if you feel like you're going to be doing the same thing, or maybe some of these repeat in different months and then you're ready to go. So really encourage you to leverage this program with your CRM. Also, many of the client event dialogues, there's email invites, text invites, all those things within those client event dialogues. And so those are other things too that would be great to pair with your CRM. And that's what we do at our firm over here, and getting those all ready to go. So they're really easy for agents to use. And again, you can have those touches very quickly, as well as all the documents. Get those loaded up there. If you work with a team, do the same thing in your CRM so your team members can have those documents. It's the same way that it works at our firm. All right, we're getting close. Just a couple more things that I want to go through, and then we'll open it up for any questions. Discount card tips. So in the March section, we are looking at some painting discounts. There's the discount card that's in there for you to mail out if you choose that option. So some key things when you're negotiating discounts. So take your top painter, whoever it might be, use them and see what they're willing to do in terms of a discount, 10% off, 15% off, whatever it might be, because you're advertising for them on their behalf. And make sure to communicate to them, hey, here's the size of my audience. Here's why it's beneficial for you to do that. And typically they're offering some sort of discount as it is, but it just may not be reaching as broad of an audience. If your top painters aren't looking to do something like that because they're just swamped and super busy, as some may be, look to partner with somebody who's looking to grow, somebody who's just starting out, but you know is very good. They would love to have their audience grow and would be more than willing to offer up some of those discounts in order to get that advertisement. Because no matter what, there's a cost to client acquisition, right? So remind them of that, and you're taking on some of the burden of that by your time, energy, and effort, and connecting with your sphere who you already have some trust with. And so that trust then extends to them as a vendor, right? So this is a big deal to do it. When we get to some of the other discounts later on, there's also some options where if it's, $10 to $15, maybe you're paying for that discount yourself, whatever ones get turned in, but probably not with the painting. You don't want to pay 10% on a whole house being painted, right? So work out with your vendors on that. Okay, True Real Estate Pro interview. So we are super excited for this. We are going to give you guys early access. So Josh May, who's a Diamond Club producer, national real estate coach. He was gracious enough to make or do this interview for our other markets outside of the Michigan area. So we just thought it was too good not to share. So there's just 30 minutes of just great insight. Josh telling his story, what matters to him, how he approaches real estate, what's allowed him to be successful over his 24-year career. Also, some things that he wasn't successful at, that he's able to provide insight in, those scars that he shares too, so that you don't have to go through the same thing. So when we follow up with you, you will get early access to this so that you can really see and learn from Josh's experience and take those 24 years and apply them to your business. So we thank him very much for participating in that. So I am at 12:20, just like I promised, a quick 20-minute meeting to go over all of this, and we'll leave it open for some questions after that. But I just want to end too with this. So if you're receiving, any value from this, all we ask is that you keep our firm in mind. If you come across any agents or people who might be looking for something new or different, maybe they're in real estate, maybe they're not, and just because we're hiring and we would love your referrals. So we know you guys all probably have great situations, but if there are others out there who really are looking to make a change and just need that difference in their business, we would love to have a chat with them. So please just keep our firm in mind for that. With all of that, that is everything that we have. Again, you can go and download all the materials. You can become a member. It's free at elevateoi.com, short again for Elevate Our Industry. Check it out. We encourage you to try it. And you know what we would love is to hear some of the things that you've used, hear some of your responses, or if you fill out the one-page planner, share it with us. We would love to create a library of those from different agents so that others can learn from that as well and see the different ways that you can leverage it and use it. So with all of that, I will be quiet now because I just talked for 20 minutes straight. And if anybody has any questions, feel free to throw those out or pop them in the chat, and we can all stick around, or I can stick around to answer any of those. So thank you again. Appreciate you all joining today.
I'm Dave Velkamp with $20 million referrals in Remax GR. I hope you enjoyed the video that you just watched. If you feel like you've received any value from the information we share on a regular basis, all we ask is that you please keep our firm in mind if you come across agents or individuals who are looking for something new or different. We might be a good fit for them. Your referrals would mean the world to us. They can get in touch with us through the links in the description. Thank you so much.